Welcome back, dear viewers. The opening session of the Russia-Africa Economic and Humanitarian Forum kicked off on Tuesday in the Russian city of St. Petersburg. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is participating in the summit, which aims to enhance and develop cooperation with the African continent. The summit is the second of its kind after an inaugural one held in 2019 in Sochi, southern Russia. Details in the following report.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi attended on Thursday the Russia-Africa Economic and Humanitarian Forum, which started in the Russian city of St. Petersburg. President el-Sisi, along with 17 African leaders, are participating in the two-day summit, which aims to enhance and develop cooperation with the African continent. Earlier, in a welcome letter to participants of the summit, Putin said it is important that in recent years Russia's cooperation with Africa has reached a new level, adding that his country intended to further develop it. The summit in St. Petersburg comes a month ahead of a summit of leaders of the BRICS countries, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, due to take place in Johannesburg. Addressing the summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin said the summit highlighted the importance of trade exchange between Russia and Africa. He added that Russia will secure African nations with needed supplies of wheat, corn and barley. He further noted that his country is keen on fostering ties between Russia and Africa, and in 2021 Russia had exported 11 million tons of wheat to Africa and 10 million tons were imported this year. Russia is going to compensate deliveries of Ukraine seeds imports to African nations and secure free trade and transport for wheat shipments to Africa. Putin also added that Russia is ready to provide its unique agriculture experience to the African countries, and that Russia exerts its utmost effort to avoid global food crisis. The volume of Russian exports with Africa rose to 30% in 2023. And the Russian head of state pointed that the Russian industrial zone is being constructed in the Suez Canal economic zone. He reiterated that Russia is keen on activating cooperation between the Eurasian Economic Union and the Free Trade Zone in Africa. President of Comoros African Union Chairman Azali Assoumani appealed for peaceful coexistence between Russia and Ukraine. In a speech at the Russia-Africa Summit, where he shared the stage with President Vladimir Putin, Assoumani stressed that this would save the lives of those who depend on food supplies from the two countries.
President Fattah el-Sisi held summit talks on Wednesday with Russian President Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg on the sidelines of the Africa-Russia Summit. The talks focused on boosting the distinguished bilateral ties binding both countries, and the two leaders also reviewed a number of regional and international issues of common concern. During the talks, President el-Sisi stressed the importance of the Africa-Russia Summit. The President also praised the Russian support in establishing El Dabaa nuclear plant. For his part, the Russian President praised the distinguished bilateral relations with Egypt, saying the two countries have joint mega projects. Putin also noted that the trade exchange between Egypt and Russia increased last year. Two leaders also discussed a number of regional and international issues of common concern, including the situation in Sudan, Syria and Libya. For his part, Putin briefed President el-Sisi on the latest developments of the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. President el-Sisi extends condolences to the United Arab Emirates leadership and people on the death of Sheikh Saeed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, representative of the ruler of Abu Dhabi. In his message, President el-Sisi said Sheikh Saeed bin Zayed Al Nahyan made a great bid to serve his country, in addition to his fruitful role in promoting the bonds of relations between Egypt and the United Arab Emirates. The head of state added, "May God have mercy on the deceased and inspires his loved ones with peace and serenity."